The magnetic marketing system was originally built for me. Okay? It was a reaction to essentially the problem of prospecting. So I'm driving around in a bad car, like a really bad car, and tape player doesn't work. So I've got a cassette player on the seat and a bunch of motivational cassettes that I'm listening to while I'm driving around in the bad car. And I'm building the industrial strength positive mental attitude. Right? And I am struggling and starving. And I am briefly thinking that it's purely pilot error. I haven't got the attitude to a high enough altitude to, right? But I come to the realization that having the best attitude in the world, the best selling personality in the world, the best product in the world is no better than having the worst one if you can't sit across the table from someone able and willing to buy it. Okay? And this sends me into the search for this model ain't working for me. Okay? Be highly motivated, be incredibly persistent, see more people. This is not working. And I conclude, even if I got better at all of it, there's only so many hours in the day. So when you're doing one-to-one selling, even if you can get in front of more people, there's a limit to the more people you can get in front of. And if most of them are neither able or they're not willing to buy, then there's a cap here that I don't care how excited you are, there's a cap, right? So this model, I conclude, is stupid. And it doesn't matter that this is what everybody does. Everybody's stupid. Sorry. So now, what's the alternative to this, right? So the alternative would be if everybody I saw was able and willing to buy. They were matched with what I got, right? That would be the alternative, right? Now, how can you make that happen, right? So that sent me into direct response. Okay? So if they can mail order, if they can do direct response advertising to put somebody on the phone, this national company can do direct response advertising to put somebody on the phone that they have a telemarketer sell something comparable to what I'm selling to. Surely I could do what they're doing locally somehow and put myself in front of a person who will buy, right? So that got me working on this. Its simplest form was write a prospecting letter, right? What do you say when you prospect? Write a prospecting letter, mail it, and ask people to call for an appointment. Now, as I got smarter at this, I put the info first step in because the response goes way up, right? And then when they call you for an appointment, they're closer to willing to buy, right? So my sales efficiency is even better. But even not doing that, now the only people I'm meeting with are people who called and asked to meet with me, right? Well, that's a dynamic change in your experience, right? And it's the only possible multipliable sales business. Okay, it really turns a sales business into a marketing business. Okay, and in the early days of this, applying it to consulting, like I took a company that was using 12 outbound telemarketers, cut them to 3 inbound telemarketers, okay, the 3 best of the 12, okay, and doubled sales because every call was somebody already willing to buy. A few might not be able financially, but at least they're all willing. So you're not wasting this skilled salesperson. You're not wasting 80% of his time. And this mediocre salesperson, because you're not wasting 80% of his time, his results go up to a level you may be able to live with 100 of them, because they don't have to be great if the person they're talking to has read a letter and called up and said, I think I want this, right? You kind of have to unsell it. So then we got better and better at it. It first really got productized and used in the real estate business. The first product version of it was the real estate success and survival system, because it was during the recession. And there's a closed loop. The farming thing taught in magnetic marketing came from real estate. And then it backed out to the broad, generic magnetic marketing system that you know today. So it was the solution for my own personal frustration, right? And then being in advertising, it was easy to recognize that the merchant, the small business owner, the professional, had a version of the same problem, right? The chiropractor doing 20 case presentations this week and only getting 4 new patients. Yeah, when you go examine that, his case presentation skills can be improved. The staff might be able to be improved, but the truth of the matter is the number one reason he's only getting acceptance from 4 of 20 is that 12 of them were either unable to buy or they were unwilling to buy, and that could have been detected by the way you got them in front of you in the first place, right? Again, so if you look at like Fisher, they're almost every ad, it used to be 500,000, they just doubled it, says if you have $1 million or more in investable assets, right, which is saying if you have less than $1 million, don't bother calling us for this stuff. Okay? And now some will cheat, of course, but many won't. Many, well, I don't want to go where I'm not welcome, right? So now their army of advisors ultimately don't have to be Ken Fisher. They don't have to be Tony Robbins. They don't have to be Zig Ziglar to close these sales, because they're put in front of somebody who they almost have to unsell, right? And so that's the pre thing to magnetic marketing. It was really birthed in a 1960 Chevrolet Impala. It was not 1960. I bought the car for $25 on 5 monthly payments of $5 each. And both the roof and the floor leaked if it rained. And the back, I have a model of the car upstairs. Like Cadillacs had big front ends. The Impalas had big back ends, huge trunks. I mean, 4 dead bodies and a set of golf clubs, no problem, right? So they were way out past the wheels. Well, the frame then on this car was cracked on both sides where that was held up. And so it was wired, and then it was duct taped. And every once in a while, it would crack and have to be wired back up. Ultimately, the poor car got stuck in a snowdrift coming into our driveway because we couldn't afford to have the driveway plowed. So forcing its way into the driveway, and so it had to be towed. And when he tried to tow it, it literally cracked in half. I'm serious, it cracked in half. And the back of the car went with the truck, and the front of the car stayed in the snowdrift. But I had put 80,000 miles on it, and it was not zero when I got it. There was no shame, but that's where the magnetic marketing system was born.
If you want to learn from the greatest marketing minds of our generation, then subscribe to our channel and check out these videos.